Our next speaker is Laurie Richards. She's an insightful communication problem solver, founder of Laurie Richards and Associates, award-winning best-selling author and international speaker. Whether you're looking to improve your team's communication skills, win new business, or build morale, Laurie's dynamic style and insightful perspectives will help make it happen. Welcome to the stage, Laurie Richards.
Hi. What if you were told that 7 people who directly affect your life take their own every day? 7 people every day take their lives that are directly affected with your life. This is at twice the rate of our military veterans. This is 80% higher than any other occupation in America. 7 people directly affecting your life take their lives every day. These are the folks who grow the oats for your oatmeal. Make sure you've got milk for your coffee, bacon and eggs for brunch. These are the folks that grow the cotton that make your t-shirt and your jeans, take care of the wool that give you that fancy suit. These are the folks who harvest the lettuce and the tomatoes for your afternoon lunch and salad. Make sure you've got a steak and potato on your dinner plate, glass of wine, maybe a beer after your hard day's done. 7 farmers and ranchers every day take their own lives in America. The statistics are interesting. But what's important is the why and how. The research says that the number one cause, the number one reason for low morale is a feeling of a lack of control. A feeling of a lack of control. My role in this is to help arm you with some tools that will help recapture some of that. Help you find a way to help your friends, your neighbors, your peers, yourself in the toughest of times and stop this epidemic. 7 lives every day. 7 lives every day. Farmers and ranchers are especially vulnerable because so much of their productivity, so much of their production relies on things that they simply can't control. Weather, market prices, grocery prices, trade that the politicians decide. These are things that they can't necessarily control. They're largely beyond the control. My dad's a farmer. And growing up, every day, he'd be pacing in front of that window. Man, I hope it rains. Boy, we need some rain. What are we going to do if it doesn't rain? Or if those clouds got any rain? And 2 or 3 days later, it'd be, man, we can't handle any more of this rain. We got to get out there in those fields and they're way too wet. Can't get the tractor out there. We need some sunshine today. Now, folks, I am all for this praying thing. But I got to tell you, if there's one thing my father cannot control, it's the weather. And yet that's what they worry the most about, the things that they simply can't control. And that's not unlike a lot of us, is it? Worrying about things we simply can't control. Add to the weather issue the unpredictable market prices, the grocery store prices, of which the farmers get a very minimal amount. And then take a look at the fact that since 2013, net farm income has decreased 50%. Can you imagine that in your own life? Farmers and ranchers typically have a life of social isolation. They have a life that is just built for that, a job, work that's built for that. Not to mention family conflict. And many of them are unwilling to reach out for mental health, if there even was some available in some of these rural communities. So the why is abundantly clear. So what's the how? The lowest morale is caused by that feeling of a lack of control. And you can always tell when someone's in that lowest morale because you'll hear hopelessness. You'll hear there's nothing I can do. You'll hear them raise their hands and say how there's nothing I can do. And then they'll start blaming. We start blaming people when we get in that low morale. If he wouldn't, if she wouldn't, if the Democrats would, if the Republicans would, no matter what it is, we're blaming. Sometimes they blame themselves. Oh, everything I touch just is awful. I can't do anything right. But there's a lot of blame that's in there. And the number one thing we need to do when that starts happening, when we start recognizing that, is listen. Not solve. Listen. See, when they start telling you about all the horrible things that are going on, when people in your life start telling you that, all they want is for you to listen. They want someone to look at them and say, I get it. I understand where you're sitting. Not, I understand how you feel, because you don't. Until you have this life, you don't understand how they feel. But instead, just listen. Let them vent. And folks, some of them are going to vent for a day, and some of them are going to get stuck. And the only thing you can do to help them get unstuck is listen again and again. You want to use what we call sensing words. Sensing words are words that use your senses, the eyes, the ears, the feeling, okay? So it sounds like this. I can't help but notice that you're not spending as much time with your family as you used to. I can't help but notice that you're not showing up at morning coffee. I can hear the frustration in your voice. I'm looking at you and I can just feel the fear. See, those sensing words are saying to them, I get it. The minute we come in and we say things like, you got this. Oh, it'll all be okay. You've just said to them, you've negated all their worries. You've said to them that what they feel doesn't matter. And that's not what they need right now. What they need right now is, I'm here for you. I hear what you're saying. It's the most important thing we can do for them is listen. This is not the time to tell them everything's going to be okay. This is the time to tell them, I'm hearing you. Because when you say that you hear them, they now feel like they're heard. People who take their own lives believe that is the best choice in the moment. They're hopeless. They feel without hope. And what they want is for somebody to show them, I get it. I hear you. I feel you. Sometimes it feels like this whole world is out of control. There are so many things that are out of our control. Weather, people, yields, prices. We need to focus on what we can control. We can control how we relate to one another. We can control how we listen to one another. And that, and only that, will take us from lonely to hopeful. Hopeful for another season. Thank you. Thank you.
I couldn't get over Laurie's enthusiasm. She knows her stuff, but she has so many insightful things to share that I took 2 pages of notes.
Laurie's talk was really incredible because as she was talking, she really spoke to this aspect of life that we're all familiar with. Mainly, we can't control it. And what I loved was she had her finger on the pulse of just a universal truth is, though we can't control life, we want to try. And that's what I loved about what she was saying as she focused on what we can do to address our mental health and the mental health of others. I really felt like her talk was very insightful and it gave me tools to use in conversations moving forward.
Laurie was an amazing speaker. She was so confident on the stage and knows what she's talking about. She just gets it every time, and she's so insightful. And the information that she gave us was really, it just went across the board for all of us. So she was very captivating up there. She had high energy, and you just really wanted to hear what she was going to say next. She was amazing.